Hello guys, this is a tutorial about visual scripting with Unity 2020 and the asset Bolt. Unity bought it and offers it for free, no matter which Unity plan you are using. I don't show you in this video how to install it, this is nicely explained in the documentation. What I'm going to do is to use the project in which we controlled a panel animation with a C# script, and then I replace this script with a so-called flow graph. Alright, this is the project. We can click this button to toggle the visibility of a panel to open and close it. I showed this in a previous tutorial. Here we can see the C# script. It is called panel opener. And here's the code in Visual Studio. It's very simple. We have a public member, the panel, that we are going to open and close by setting a parameter of an animator. This is an existing animation that we created. First I get the component animator, then the parameter called open, which is a bool parameter. I store this in a local variable is open, negate this by using the exclamation mark, and use this value to toggle the parameter. But this is coding, it can also be optimized. We can inline this is open bool variable, and then we get this statement, which is quite hard to read. So in my opinion, it's better to undo this for better readability. Okay, but now let me show you how to solve the same task with visual scripting. First of all, I don't call the method openPanel anymore, so the script has no effect. We can start this and I click the button and you see nothing happens. And now go to this empty folder and create a flow macro, a flow graph. You can right click, select create bolt flow macro. Now this is created and I call it toggle panel, for instance. And I want to assign it to the button. So I select the button, then press the button add component and add a so-called flow machine. The flow machine has a slot. To that we can drag the flow macro that we created. And then I press convert to turn this macro into an embed graph so that I can easily drag components from the hierarchy into the graph, but I'll come back to this topic in one of the next tutorials. After that I press edit graph and then this flow graph window is opened and I dock it here to the other windows at the bottom. You can open the graph anytime when you click on window and choose graph. Alright, now let's kind of recode our C# script by using the flow graph. First I right click, search for onClick, and because the graph is assigned to the button, this onClick refers to this game object. Okay, and the other game object we need is the panel. For that we want to control the animation and we can just drag it into the graph, which works because we converted the macro to an embed graph. For the panel we can get the component animator, so you can drag out a line. And then we select Get Component. You see, this is just like coding using visual components. Then we have to define which type of component we are interested in, and this is an animator. And then we define the program flow by connecting the onClick with the getComponent box, which is, when you think in code, a method call. Alright, now we have the animator, and the animator has a method setBool that we use to set a parameter of the animator. The name is open and the value we want to toggle. So we can get the current value of this parameter by using the method getBool of the animator. Again, the parameter name is open. And the value we have to negate. You remember the C# script, the exclamation mark. For this we have now a node which is called negate. This negated, inverted value we can assign now to the value of the setBool node. Then again we define the flow of the program. First getBool is called, after that setBool. And that's the visual code to implement the same logic as we did in the C# script. So let's start it and test. I click the button and the panel is opened You see the execution in the graph, and each time I click, it is toggled. And that's what I wanted to show at the moment. Unity is developing a kind of intrinsic visual scripting, but for now you can use the free bolt asset. So guys, let me know if you want to see more visual scripting tutorials for Unity. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, follow me on my social media, support me by being my patron, and I see you soon in the next one here on Jayanam.